This is the short version of practice problem number 3 from lesson 3, grid moves from unit 1, rigid transformations and congruence. In this problem, you're supposed to translate this figure from point C to point C prime, take the same figure and reflect it over this line of reflection right here, and take that same figure and rotate it clockwise at an angle of 150 degrees around point C. So rotate this line segment 150 degrees, and actually every line segment 150 degrees in a clockwise direction, in the direction of a clock. So here's part A, and using the language given in the problem, translate image A, B, C, D, E so that vertex C, so the vertex of this angle right here is C, moves from C to C prime. So this is C prime right here. So here's the image, and so we're going to move this image from point C to point C prime. What that means is that every length from C to C prime, from B to B prime, A to A prime, and so on, is all the same. All of these lengths are equal. It also means that the direction is the same. So this shape does not change size. It is exactly the same size, exactly in the same position. It's just slid over this length and in this direction. It turns out that that direction has to be the same for every point. And so thus it's the same for the entire figure. So all of these directions, all of these angles have to be identical, and that angle measures to 80 degrees. So it's going to slide at an 80-degree angle from this vertical axis here. So it's 80 degrees. You could also say it's 10 degrees from the horizontal axis, or of course 80 degrees from the vertical axis. It's going to slide the same distance or the same length in the same direction, which is 80 degrees. So let's take a closer look at that 80 degrees. So remember, this is what you were given. So this angle from the vertical line is an 80-degree angle to get to point C prime here. So let's move this up here and show you a couple of different examples. So here's the 80-degree angle, and this would be translated at 70 degrees. So each of these lengths would be the same, and it would just move in a direction of 70 degrees. So B prime is right here, and C to C prime is right here. So all of those lengths are the same. This would be 35 degrees. Again, the direction is 35 degrees from this vertical line right here. So slide this down. Again, all of these lengths would be the same for this translation. And finally, what if you slid it straight down? So 0 degrees from the vertical line. So again, all of these lengths would be the same. Equal lengths, same direction. So equal lengths, same direction, and that direction once again is 80 degrees from this vertical line. So one last look. So the direction, 0 degrees, 35 degrees, 70 degrees, but notice that this image remains pointed in the same direction. It's the same orientation, it's the same size. And this would be 80 degrees. 80, 70, 35, and 0. For the reflection, this is a line of reflection right here, L. I'm going to take this figure and flip it over this line of reflection like a mirror. So A is going to end up all the way over on the other side. E is going to end up just a little bit over on the other side. So you're going to see these are all going to switch positions like a reflection in a mirror. Here is that reflection. So to reflect this figure, start out with point E here. You're going to move in a perpendicular direction to this line of reflection. So 90 degrees. You're going to form a 90-degree angle here. So that's perpendicular, and it's an equal distance on the other side. So E is going to end up over here. This should be labeled E prime. D, likewise, is going to go in a perpendicular direction to the line of reflection, and an equal distance from that line of reflection is going to end up right here. So this should be labeled D prime. A, same idea, perpendicular to the line of reflection, the same distance on the other side. B, the same idea, perpendicular to the line of reflection, an equal distance on the other side, and C, perpendicular to the line of reflection, an equal distance on the other side. So all of these should be labeled prime. So this would be E prime, D prime, A prime, B prime, and C prime. So this is the reflected image of figure A, B, C, D, E. So the last transformation is this rotation of A, B, C, D, E around point C by an angle of 150 degrees clockwise, moving in the direction of a clock. Now that word transformation, all of these movements are called transformations. A translation is a special transformation. A reflection is a special transformation. And a rotation is a special transformation. So all of them are transformations. Translation, reflection, rotation just describes the specific kind of transformation. So here is that rotation around point C. So this side of the pentagon right here, CD, rotates 150 degrees. I used a protractor to show you that this is 150 degrees around to this point right here. So 150 degree rotation in a clockwise direction. So that means that every side of the pentagon, the entire pentagon, is going to rotate the same 150 degrees. So if I draw the 150 degrees here, line segment CE is also going to rotate 150 degrees to here. CA will rotate 150 degrees to right here. And CB will rotate 150 degrees to right here. They all rotate 150 degrees. Go back a little bit. So all of the sides are rotating 150 degrees. It's just easier to show that rotation using the line segments within the pentagon.